William Hill sponsors Seconds Out.
Ooh, Josh Buatsi's just stepping into the ring. But we've also got the one and only Mr. Radio Rahim.
Hi, Rahim, how are you?
The famous Mr. Radio Rahim.
Yo!
To this day.
Oh my God. Honestly, it's like the first time I've ever heard that. I'm happy to have you guys over. It's like I'm always coming to your backyard, and here you are in New York,
Finally.
on our shores.
Yeah.
Yeah, how are you finding it?
Well, I mean, I love it over here. I've been coming for 20 years, but to come with Joshua on his USA Inception, on his debut in New York, and it's such an iconic venue, even though the opponent's late, a late replacement, Rahim, and you know, people are writing him off, it's still a massive occasion. It certainly feels that to us. Does it feel that to you?
It feels like something is shifting in the boxing world. It's gotten so much smaller even over the past 3 years, which doesn't seem like a long span of time.
Yeah.
But I remember when I first started coming over, maybe 4 years ago or so, jumping the pond was a big deal.
Yeah.
People in America didn't know who these guys I was talking to were. I sat with Joshua and I got a bunch of comments like, who's this bloke?
Yeah.
From them, I was received incredibly well. And if I could say this, I think my coverage of the British fighters was received here very well, and maybe had a bit to do with this world getting a little smaller.
No, you built Joshua, there's no doubt about it.
Not Joshua in particular, but boxing over there I think was received here and appreciated a little faster than it may have otherwise
But it's
been.
funny you say that because, you know, like I was saying, I've been coming over here for years. It's so important that British boxers make it in America, because otherwise they're just seen as European champions to the American continent,
But they're
aren't
only
they?
just now admitting that.
Yeah.
I was telling them
so
that
true.
when I went over there, and I was just the yank that was talking
You're
rubbish.
so right.
But now everyone's actually coming around and admitting that, yeah, you do have to make it in America.
You do.
This is a proving ground, not because it's some kind of domestic, something kind of amazing just about America, but everyone comes here. It's not like you're just fighting Americans. The best of everyone comes here to prove themselves, so this is the proving ground.
Okay, so Joshua's got to come here. He's doing it. The guy behind us in the ring right now, Joshua Buatsi, who's managed by Anthony Joshua, light heavyweight, done brilliantly so far, doesn't have to cut much weight. People say great things about him. He looks incredibly tough so far. Hasn't been up against high-level opponents, decent opponent here. How do you see him? Can he make it in America?
Yeah, but he's a massive talent, and again, I've had the good fortune of seeing him being built in Britain, because I've been over there so frequently. He's one of the first guys where I saw it and had no idea who he was when I first laid eyes on him. It was like, this guy's got special talent. Josh Kelly, who just went by apparently and double-fisted you, is yet another phenom. And I'm not just saying this because we're on a Matchroom show, but Eddie Hearn has just such a wealth of talent at his disposal that you can't go a week without seeing yet another up-and-coming star, an established superstar, or somebody challenging
Devin
for,
Haney last
for
week,
world
for
title.
example.
Amazing.
I think he was. I think he was very undermatched last week, to be fair. But in my view,
Fair to say
in
that
my
after
view.
the fight.
Yeah,
But no,
It's fair to say that after
before
the
the fight, you wouldn't have said that, and you would. It's fair to say that guys who are special make guys who are good look average, and that's what he did last Saturday.
But I am really, really stoked. I'm double fisting for Devin Haney.
This guy. All right, now listen. Seconds Out, Mr. Radio Rahim is the main presenter of Seconds Out.
A sport which
We've got
involves
loads
fists.
and loads and loads of content coming out this week. Tell us what can they expect from Seconds Out this week?
Just yesterday I interviewed Joshua, and it's been some time. We haven't been able to cross paths as often as we'd like, so it was a lot of fun, man. I gotta say, I think he's got a different attitude. Now it's for the fans to decide, and really for Andy Ruiz to decide on Saturday night whether it's a good or a bad thing. But he's a lot more lighthearted.
Well, you know why? Because he can walk down the street here. He gets so mobbed in the UK. He can actually relax back and be slightly normal in fight week. They were telling me that yesterday, that they're going for walks around New York. If it was London, see, you saw Joshua last night with us as well at this red carpet reception. We never get that access on a Monday in the UK. It's Tuesday at the York Hall, the workouts, or in Cardiff, wherever it is. Right. Whereas here, he can actually...
It's amazing how much they're willing to make him available when they actually need us. So
but it's them little digs in there. I like that.
And it just shows in this crowded marketplace of entertainment, sports, music, he hasn't resonated yet. He's not a star here.
And he runs the risk of falling in the same category as Lennox Lewis, which is not a dig on Lennox Lewis, but I don't think he was ever a star here in the way that he could have been.
He was after he retired, weirdly.
Well,
Weirdly.
Yeah, well, that
'Cause now they
doesn't
love
count.
him.
I don't cover retirement parties. I cover fights, and those fights didn't happen when they were meant to happen.
Yeah.
And he should have fought Tyson when it was meant to happen, and Tyson should have. I mean, it's like these fights have to happen in these guys' prime, and especially for a British fighter, if he's going to capture that American fanfare. You've got to come over here, not just make a statement against guys you're supposed to beat, but beat guys you're not supposed to beat.
This is a William Hill show. It's a matchroom show. How about this question then?
Go on.
At the moment, and my view is Tyson Fury leads in the stakes with Joshua in America at the moment. Can Joshua be a bigger star than Tyson Fury in America? It's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah, nobody leads. When you say Fury leads with Joshua in the States as far as what people want to see?
No, I think in terms of resonance and who he is at the moment. I think he's more
'cause
well known.
He's over
and he
here.
fought Wilder.
He fought exactly my
You
point.
need the storyline, you need the narrative.
But we
don't you?
need all three, and each one of them has fallen short to a degree of making that possible.
Listen, Wilder had a go at you and me at the Los Angeles press conference. He didn't even protect me when Wilder was right in my face giving me bronze bomber.
Hey, I was holding the cap.
No one protected you, and he had a go at you about 10 minutes later as well.
Oh, I didn't need protecting.
No,
Next time I'll protect you, though.
Thank you very much. No, to be honest, you know as well as I do that Deontay was part pantomime. It's his mood, isn't it? He's not going to attack anyone actually physically.
You see that look in his
I don't
eyes?
know that.
He's like, I don't know. I'm a voucher for that.
I don't even trust you right now. You're fucking sweating bullets. I'm not sure what you might do next. Throwing high kicks, like, you know what I mean?
No, but the thing is this. Why isn't Deontay? What has Deontay Wilder not done to be famous in America? What's he not done? Is it the dance partners?
He's not grown up in a country that levels boxing above everything else. He's not grown up in a country where it is really so much a part of the culture that it's one of the absolute top major sports. There's a lot of competition here in America as to what people watch and pay attention to. We've got many, many superstars in many sports. And again, because America's the proving ground, there's so much competition here for people's attention that you've got to be a Mike Tyson. You've got to fight everybody. You've got to have tremendous knockouts. He's doing that, but he needs Joshua as much as Joshua needs him. He needs Fury as much as Fury needs him. Boxing needs guys to fight each other when they're supposed to fight because there's a lot of competition for the
best against the best when they're at their best, and we all would need that.
Listen, the people in the comments have spoken.
No other way.
The people in the comments have spoken, and they want to know, can you do your best? All right, go on then. Hit us. Hit us.
Can I do my best what?
To this day, impression.
Absolutely not. My job is to ask the questions, and your job, apparently, everyone has decided, is to scream to this day at me every time I walk up and down the streets. I remember what it was like before, this whole thing happened. I feel like that's how Joshua feels now in America. That was my previous life.
Right,
before to this day, when I could walk down the streets without people screaming at me.
Hey, that's him! To this day!
Even my favorite colleagues can't help it. So yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna have to tattoo that on my chest. Apparently, it's just a part of my life now.
Listen, Radio, thank you so much, man. It's a pleasure as always.
Thank you very much, bud. Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to do some predictions for this fight.
We will do indeed do some predictions.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
William Hill sponsors Seconds Out.